What is up, YouTube? We are back recapping the night that was UFC 326. Nut shots, nut hugging, nut sucking. It was everything. You could have seen. Man, where do I start with this card? Did horrible. If you faded 80%, you had a day. You had a freaking day. You were probably almost perfect and not perfect. You had a day if you faded 80%. I did horrible. Um, oh gosh, let's just get into it. Random hunt of the day is going to be Plains Bison in Silver Ridge. Let's get it set up real quick. Mid card, not just because I lost money, it was a mid card. Very few fights stood out, and it was, I think, only the ones that were finishes mainly. Um, it was tough. It was a bad day in the office. Um, oh yeah, trophy score for Plains Bison, we're looking for 183.5 and above. Max weight, we're looking at 26, 45.52 pounds, basically over a ton. Drink time 8 to 12. Let's get into it. Starting with the first fight, we got Adolfo Bellato defeating Luke Fernandez. First round KO. This should have been all the signs in the world to switch up my picks or take it easy. Bellato got a win, first round finish. What was it? It was like a left hook that just grazed. I won't even say grazed. It didn't land flush on the chin of Fernandez, but it was bad for sure. And yeah, Adolfo Bellato, I think first win in the UFC. He did it. Crazy. Who would have thought? Definitely not me, clearly, because I bet against him. Um, yeah, Adolfo Bellato, still around. On to the next fight, we got Dr. Nargaze. I don't even know how to say his last name still after his third fight versus Rafael Tobias. I had Tobias second round. KO. No. He's trash. He made DR look nasty, which is so crazy to say because DR's kind of trash. But DR did look like he was in decent shape. Gas tank was fairly better. The concern was if he went to the ground, could he survive? Could he get back up? And I don't know if Tobias ever got him down. I know Tobias shot, but I don't know if he ever actually got him down. So yeah, that was an interesting one, no doubt about that. But I had Tobias second round KO, DR one by decision. I think I gave all three to DR. So crazy, like heavyweights are so bad. They're so bad, you know what I mean? But let me see. What did I have for that? I had. I did have 30-27. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, so I meant great win for DR. Tobias shouldn't be caught. It was his debut, but definitely needs a lot of work. A lot of work. On to the next fight. A fight that I I almost said predicted correctly. Sumo Darji defeating Jesus Aguilar. I want to go out and say Sumadarji kind of looks nasty. Again, if not for the first time ever. I know he's ranked at one point. When I first got in the sport, he was like in that 10 to 15 range. Then started to slide a little bit. And now I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh, this guy could probably make his way back into the rankings easily. That's a four. We don't care about the fours. Um, so yeah, I mean that was a great win by Sumandarji. Um, I think I had all three rounds right. Yeah, all three rounds to him. Um, one of the better performances I've seen, like outside of like a finish, like one of the better decisions I've seen recently, where I was like, wow, that was a really good performance. So I want to give him his flowers. He definitely deserves it. Great win, Sumandarji. Jesus Aguilar though, he should be cut. You know, could not figure out the range, which I get. You know, Sumandarji massive for the division. I get that. But very concerning. Yeah, Sumandarji look good. He look good, man. On to the next fight, we got Niem Jagarall, Tumen Dembarel defeating Cody Durden by decision. Um, this is the guy that was cheating a lot, right? I think he was cheating a lot, and it just wasn't getting called. Oh, that's a decent sized one. That's a big three. Um, yeah, I had Tumen Dembarel winning the first two rounds. I forget what was he doing. Was he controlling Durden maybe a little bit? Is that why I gave it? It wasn't anything too crazy. It's not like he was out there just piecing up Durden, but Durden I gave third round. I don't even remember the fight now that I'm looking back on it, which is so crazy. I think I remember that Durden was getting fouled a decent amount or something. It was oh yeah yeah. So Tumen Dembarel was, I think it was two of the rounds he threw a shot like a second or two after the bell rang. It was just horrible look for the guys. You know what I mean? You don't like to see that. So Durden was obviously pissed. I mean, you already know how he feels about, Mongolians and Asians in general. Durden doesn't like them, obviously, but um, yeah. So it was a whole thing and didn't really get resolved. It is what it is. Tumen Dembarow's kind of overrated. I do not think too highly of this guy. Um, Darden's definitely washed. He's not the same, but it is what it is. On to the next fight, though. We got Alberto Montes defeating Ricky Turcios. Second round sub early into the round. Am I tripping? Where are these placing going, bro? All right. Now, A21. All right. What? Destroyed like all these areas. This is just definitely not ideal if you're trying to do this. Okay. Gonna have to go up to Sagaush. Go from there. Back to the fights. Alberto Montes. He actually looked pretty good. He's on the watch list. Um, yes, it's Tercios, but Tercios, he's pretty big for the featherweight. Not like, you know, muscular wise, just like lanky, tall. He's a pretty big featherweight. And Montez, he's in there, he's composed, he's rolling the punches, he's dodging, he's slipping, and then it's it doesn't feel, it feels like Taporia in a way. I'm not just saying that because people are saying he's the BJ's version of Taporia. That's what I'm hearing on the streets. But no, he looked pretty good. Showcased the grappling too. What was it? The Anaconda choke I think he got on him. If not, it was a Darce. Yeah, he looked good. He's definitely on the watch list. I'm very curious to see what they do with him next. Definitely not a guy they should rush, but he's not a guy that you can also take your sweet time with. He is 31 or 32 from what I remember when I saw the tail of the tape. So yeah, he looked good though. He was stinging tercios, landing combos, slipping the punches. Little different than Taporia's style, but kind of in that same realm. So we'll see what they do with him next. I had Tercio second round sub. Boy, was I wrong. That's just a funny one. That's just one you just sit back there and laugh. So it is what it is. On to the next fight. The lock of the card, supposedly. Um, yeah, Dante Johnson um, beating Cody Brundage by decision. I had Johnson first round KO. I also had Brundage winning. I thought Brundage won. First round's easily Brundage held down Johnson the whole time. Second round, I think Johnson was landing the cleaner shots. I think he might have stunned Brundage once or twice, but nothing too bad. It was just like one where you could definitely tell he got like a good reaction out of him. It's a little tougher to hide the poker face. Um, yeah, we'll go over here actually. We'll do this one. Or actually, I could do that one. No, 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 yeah, we'll go with this one actually. We'll go with this one. Um, Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was unbelievably mad watching this fight. I was starting to buy into the Dante Johnson stock a little bit, and definitely a little bit too much after watching this fight. Brundage was literally coming off of a KO loss a month ago, and he's not that good to begin with. This should have been the layup. This should have been the one. Hey, let me go get him out of there quick. I don't know if Johnson gassed out the first round and was afraid of gassing out further, but it was just. I see these. I see these stupid motherfuckers coming in. I'm doing it for the. I'm doing it for the guys. Oh my gosh! What a shot! What a shot! Yes, that makes up for a dole hunt. Oh my gosh, what a shot that was. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, yeah, nothing to see here. Oh my goodness. Hopefully that's my first time in Turkey. That would be sick. Wow. That's awesome. But yeah, back to the fights. Dante Johnson, this is a letdown in my opinion. Um, Second round, cleaner shots. Third round, I think Brundage landed the better shots midway through that round. That won in the fight. The volume is the only way you can say Johnson. Even then, I don't think he was really landing that much. So, yeah, I have Brundage winning that. Don't think Dante Johnson is going to make it too much further. He probably peaks out middle of the unranked middleweight tier. Um, Hopefully he proves me wrong even after this, where you lost me a good amount of money. But dang, look at this thing. Look at that. Ah, I'll buy a little bit, but look at that. That's a turkey. Now that's a freaking turkey. Dang. All right. Well, let's keep going. Let's keep it moving over here. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever. On to the next fight. We got Cody Garbrandt defeating. Oh wait, one more thing I want to add about this Dante Johnson fight. Dante Johnson should never be anything over a minus 300, 350 again. Yes, obviously there are guys you can match him up with where even I still think he would destroy him or whatever, but he should never be. I mean, some of these guys that they're making massive favorites, it's like, why? It's like, I don't know. I'm venting. I'm clearly not happy. That was my lock of the card, and he still won. It was just that my lock of the card was first round KO. First round sub, I would have been like, that still counts. First round KO, whatever. On to the next fight. Cody Garbrandt versus Long Zhao. Um, Okay, so let me break it down. Long Zhao won first 2 rounds. First round, I think, was the close one, if anything. Third round starts. Long Zhao hits Garbrandt in the nuts. Wait, actually, I think first nut shot might have happened at the second. Third round, Long Zhao hits him again, loses a point. Then he hits him again, loses another point. Somewhere in the midst of all this, Cody Garbrandt's thrown up on the canvas and then eventually a bucket. Crazy, I know. Then, after 2 point deductions, Long Zhao is pointing down in the fence every 3 seconds, pointing down. Then he's going back to just doing nothing. And then he's pointing down again. And it's just like, what am I watching? Not saying that Garbrandt's out there being active. He's moving around on the back foot. He's shuffling around. Whoa, 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 whoa. Interesting. Let's see. Let's see what we pop up on over here. Yeah, so that fight was just crazy in its own way. Like that was probably the fight I was the most like yelling at my TV, just like in laughter or like whatever. I was so confused as to what was going on. And then I'm sitting there at the end of the fight. I'm like, you know what? Long Zhao didn't do much in that third round, if anything at all. Like I said, a lot of pointing to the ground, then just doing nothing. However, Garbrandt did absolutely nothing. So, with that being said, after 2 point deductions, which, best case scenario, I meant Long Zhao's still walking out of this because he's won all 3 rounds and he just won by a round, whatever. What was it? I think it was all 3 judges gave it to Cody Garbrandt that third round. What? Wow. Boy, did I get mine because I said Garbrandt by decision. Did I ever envision that? No. Am I really that surprised looking back on it? Absolutely not. Hilarious. That was entertainment. Sometimes you need that, when you get a bunch of dull BS, but it is what it is. That was crazy. That was awesome. I'm gonna shoot this one, actually. I'm going for this one. We're just gonna move. Oh my gosh, no way, right? I think I shot it in the chin. Yikes, okay, I mean, that's the one thing about bison that you love. It's just, they'll just sit there. They'll sit there and take it. Yeah, you're good. I got you. Okay, I mean, if you want to meet me, that's cool. And now he's dead. All right. Oh no, because the zoning was still too high up. Ah, what am I? I'm just ah. This thing is just getting destroyed, bro. I'm just trying to take it out of his misery. That's just kind of messed up. Dang, I mean, he's just eating it. I mean, I just scared off every single wildlife thing here for... Got another one? Is this one aggressive too? Oh my goodness. Oh, this is a nightmare. Hold on, is this part of this new update? Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Fuck, dude. Oh my gosh. Okay, hopefully the one dies out. I'll take on the other one. Is he just gonna stand there and then... Okay, well, if he's gonna play this, I can... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, they're both still alive. Yeah, that... I feel like they're a little more restless now, no doubt. He's about to die. He should be dead any second. Okay, so they're back to fleeing. I'm just trying to put this one out of his misery. I feel bad. I was like, I'm not trying to have you suffer, even though you're charging at me, man. I was trying to take you out respectfully. Okay, let me see. I got him. I got him. I'll line him up. Don't worry, guys. I think I missed again. Bad shots. Yeah, on to the main card because we got to keep cooking through this. Gregory Rodriguez defeating Bruno Ferreira, first round KO. He reverses it. I think they're calling it a hook. I saw straight. I don't know. But yeah, Bruno Ferreira gets RoboCop with the left in the first fight in the first round, and then Rodriguez gets him with the straight right in the first round, gets him out. Absolutely crazy. We'll probably never see these guys run it back because it wouldn't make sense unless they're being lazy and they want to do it as a fight night, which I would be down. I mean, this fight should have never been ran back. They should have had a fresh matchup. But now that they've ran it for a second time, you could put it as a trilogy on like a fight night if they get like a little higher up in the rankings. Or I mean, you could do a co-main on Fight Night on the road, but yeah, you're not gonna want to put it on a pay-per-view though. That's definitely like a fight night thing. You just add in there, you know, to have some sort of stake to add build off of on a card, you know. But we'll see. Great win for RoboCop. We'll see. I think Uzi won Fluffy Hernandez, which I think is an interesting matchup. I lean Fluffy just based off of the cardio, but I also don't know how Fluffy would win considering. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's a big pronghorn. Really? Really? Huh. Some of the worst shots I've ever seen in my life. Did I ever actually get it that? I don't know if I got that yet. Um, I don't. I kind of forget if I got that bison or not. Yeah. Either way, on to the next fight. We got. I didn't. Yeah, I knew it. We got Drew Dober defeating Michael Johnson towards the end of the second round. I had Dober second round sub. He did it by KO. Um, I think I had Johnson winning the first round, if I'm not mistaken. Um, you know, Michael Johnson, insane hand speed still at this age. I couldn't believe. You're telling me that doesn't penetrate through? That's crazy. That's crazy. That should have been a hard shot. Um, yeah, Michael Johnson at 39 years old has some of the fastest hands I've seen. It's kind of crazy. And he was just catching Dober with the 1-2s. Dober had no answer initially. And then boom, I don't know where second round. Overhand, I believe. It might have been a hook and Johnson's out cold. And that's so sad because he was doing so well. There was even a point earlier in that fight when he was starting to piece some things together. I'm like, oh shit, you might need to give him a top 15 guy soon. 40-year-old Michael Johnson, you might have to. But the chin is his biggest enemy, and yeah, unfortunately, it did not end well. So yeah, Drew Dober wins. Now you might need to look at getting him another fight before top 15, but he's right on the cusp again too. So we'll see how that goes. Um, yeah, on to the next fight. Oh gosh, this freaking fight. Raul Rosas Jr. defeats Ralph Font. I'm not going to talk about this much. Yeah, people are, you know, I know. I don't even want to talk about it, man. I had fun. Third round KO. Shame on me. I that was a risk I knew I was willing to face because it's just Rosa's just he's good. He's not that good. I think he's gonna get smoked by anyone above him in the rankings, even a David Martinez if they were to match up. But he's winning. He's got what 5 or 6 in a row. So coming out from the woods. Um, yeah, turkeys. Deer coming up on the hill. I get that one real quick, but yeah, I did like this fight was so boring. I might have even dozed off a little bit towards it. Like, and I get it, he's winning, whatever. Um, I don't know, man. There's just something about Rosas Jr. recently that's been kind of irking me. Like, I initially was a big fan of this guy when he first came in. Um, I feel like that was a good shot, no? Um, but yeah, I don't know. Rob Rosas, I'm just not too high on. I think a lot of other guys kind of smoke him. It's just it was a good matchup for him, and yeah, it just makes me look worse, honestly, for picking against him in such an unfavorable matchup. But that was a risk I was willing to take. I just also wasn't really buying in the hype even before the fight, and I don't know, doesn't really change anything. I think maybe he's like a little better than I initially thought, but I don't know. It is what it is. But on to the co-main event. Cowboy Hio defeats RDR by decision. Um, what did I have? Did I have? I think I had Boy Hio. What did I? Oh, I didn't even score. I think so. Boy Hio definitely won first round, in my opinion. Um, Second round was RDR, and then third round, I can't remember if I gave it to Boy Hio and was pissed because I picked RDR and it was close, or if I gave it to RDR and I was pissed when they gave it to Boy Hio because I thought it was a robbery. No, I don't think it was that route, honestly. Oh shit, I'm losing my tracks. Um, yeah, I'm just trying to remember. But that fight was like kind of all right. I mean, RDR just leaves his chin up in the air, man. It's like he's so lucky it's Boy Hio and it's not like a cannoneer or something like that. Like, ah, dude, I hate that I bought into the hype in this guy. I hate that I thought that, at one point, him and Hamza would be a very interesting fight. And now I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh, dude, this guy is. Oh my gosh, this motherfucker's back. Get over here. What are you doing, guy? I got him. I'll take him out of his misery. Oh, he can come to me. I mean, I want to see if I got that mule deer as well. What? This thing is. I mean, I can't with this guy anymore. Okay, perfect. Okay, well, I gotta claim him first. Ah, so much stuff still doing this game. I mean, at least the hunts are kind of picking up. Turkey shot was sick. Um, oh my gosh, this thing just got absolutely destroyed. He ate the jaw shot. Jeez, poor guy. He went through the ringer for that one. Um, yeah, I mean, dude, RDR is just not who I thought at first. So I mean, this guy has only been in the UFC for a year and a half, maybe a little less, And I've already been through so many roller coaster of emotions with this guy, and it's just I don't know. And like Boy Ohio's not even good either, bro. I thought Boy Ohio was like sneaky good, and like it's just like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like if he was really that good, he would have had RDR out of there, even with the lack of power. I don't know. Body knees were kind of damaging on the RDR side. Like he's got some of the best body knees. I'll give him that. No doubt about that for sure. But dang, that's a good one. That's a good one right there. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, I think that was just not the best performance. Um, I mean, for either guy, I mean, it's just I don't know. But that's the future of middleweight. Those were the guys that I thought were gonna make a dent eventually, and boy, did they not. You know what I mean? Four's just Russ. See, this is crazy. That's another three. Oh man, this is insane how much wildlife is over in this. You gotta squeeze it right underneath the armpit, usually. Right, boom. Yeah, he's not good. He won't make it, unfortunately. Yeah. All right, here. Let's go on to the main event because, in a way, I feel like there's a decent amount to talk about regarding this. So, Charles Oliveira, 50-45s in my opinion. Max Holloway, basically does what I didn't think he was going to do because don't get me wrong, Oliveira is one of the legends of the sport. He's one of the greatest of all time. He is awesome in everything. However, kind of does not fight the smartest. Not kind of. He doesn't fight the smartest. This, if I would have known, if Oliveira, in my opinion, was a very smart fighter, I would have picked him because I would have thought he did what he just did here. He would have seen that Max Holloway has never faced I wouldn't say legitimate grappler, but a grappling heavy style. And this is what Oliveira capitalized upon. Yes, it was boring. Yes, they should get rid of the BMF, especially because of stuff like this. I mean, but like we have to respect that this is the first former champion that Oliveira has beat in his career. This because we don't include interns, for that at least. And I think Oliveira. Why can't I find this blood trail? A little further up, I guess. I really not hit a good shot on this. I really thought I got a good one. Oh shoot, what is that? Is that my bear or is that the mule deer? That's the mule deer ran all the way back over there. Jeez, man. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the funnest fight, and it sucks because I'm like, ah, guys, this is if there's ever a guarantee of a banger, it's this fight right here. It's a three. I don't really care right about now. So much wildlife here. Um, and it just wasn't, and it's all right. You know, you got to look at some of the good takeaways because there are some. You know, Oliveira got a great win, dominating win, one that helps his legacy a lot. Both fighters did not take a lot of damage. Um, I mean, depending on who you talk to, and even though it was a bad look, there is a little bit of some intrigue for a third fight. I wouldn't want to see it immediately, but a year or two down the road, maybe, after they fight like got another guy or two, I'd be down. I'd be down. But it's just so crazy to see Holloway get exposed this late in his career for grappling. It kind of shows the matchups he was given. And to be fair, it's not like he's never ever been tested by a grappler. He has. It was just the quality of the grappler. Um, and then it kind of makes me think what Habib would have done to him had that fight actually taken place a few years ago when Ferguson pulled out. And it's just, I don't know. But yeah, that's where I think I'm going to end it. I don't know. It was interesting. It really was. It was quite a scene. And who I mean, it should be Charles versus Arman next to see who gets next shot. Um, it should be Arman though. I understand why the UFC's not going to give him a title shot because he just got into another brawl again. Um, I'm just I'm questioning what route the UFC is going to take. Obviously, we just got the White House card announced. I'm debating I might do a video on that tomorrow, maybe another day. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But other than that, YouTube, it's been so real. Um, we might be back on track on schedule. I know I'd be saying that, but we might. We never know. But other than that, it's been real. What we got this weekend? We got Vallejo's Emmett. Oh man, I'm excited for Vallejo's fight week. Um, boy, that's a tricky fight too. We'll see. We'll see what I'm gonna go with there. But we'll break that down hopefully in a couple days. Maybe White House card tomorrow, as well as some other news going on. But other than that, YouTube, it's been real, and we'll talk to you later.